Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging straight into the latest in the Bitcoin world. This is for April 25th, 2025.
Yep, we've sorted through the noise to focus on what seems most significant right now. A quick curated look.
Okay, let's get right to it. So, Bitcoin's price currently around $95,449. That's up about 2.6% today.
And we saw it bounce between, what, 92,850 and 95,670 DL, roughly.
Exactly. So, what's pushing it up right now, this bullish feel?
Well, a couple things seem to be feeding into it.
Mm-hmm.
One is maybe some easing in global trade tensions. That often helps riskier assets.
Right, less uncertainty there.
Yeah. And traders seem really focused on this $95,000 mark. Could be psychological, could be technical.
And the reports mention quite a bit of activity around call options at that specific price, $95,000 for end of April and May.
That's right. Buying call options like that, it suggests a strong belief, or maybe a bet, that the price isn't just going to hit 95Ks, but stay above it.
So a tactical play expecting more upside, maybe quite soon.
It looks that way. That kind of options activity can sometimes even add a bit to the buying pressure itself,
Interesting. Okay, shifting gears a bit, we're seeing some pretty major institutional moves, but, well, they're heading in different directions.
Definitely. First up, you've got the U.S. government. They're actually creating a Bitcoin reserve.
Using seized assets, right? What's the real impact of that? Is it moving the price?
The immediate price effect, probably minimal. It's not like a massive new purchase on the open market.
Okay.
But the signal it sends, that's potentially more significant long term. A major government formally holding Bitcoin, even seized Bitcoin.
So it lends it more legitimacy? Could
Yeah.
encourage others, maybe?
That's what some experts think, yeah. It might pave the way for more institutional investment down the road. It suggests maybe a government seeing some kind of strategic value.
A long game perspective, perhaps. But then completely the opposite story from Switzerland.
Right. The Swiss National Bank explicitly said no to adding Bitcoin to their reserves.
Why such a firm no when their local crypto industry was pushing for it?
They're pointing to stability and security concerns. Basically, they feel it doesn't meet their requirements for a reserve currency asset.
So sticking with tradition, prioritizing stability over potential upside or innovation in this case.
Exactly. It really highlights this ongoing tension, this debate about where Bitcoin fits, in the established financial system. Is it a mainstream asset or not? Clearly, major institutions disagree.
So you've got the U.S. dipping its toes in, the Swiss staying firmly out, and then there's the private sector, SoftBank. What are they up to?
They're backing an investment firm, 21 Capital, through a SPAC merger.
Okay, and the plan is?
The plan seems to be for 21 Capital to use, well, financial engineering sophisticated market tools to raise capital.
Capital which they'll then use to buy more Bitcoin.
Precisely. They're essentially creating a vehicle for investors who want crypto exposure, backed by a big name like SoftBank.
But there are risks there too, right?
Yeah.
Especially with SPACs.
Oh, absolutely. SPAC performance has been pretty shaky lately overall. So while it's an innovative approach to get Bitcoin exposure, it definitely comes with its own set of risks tied to that specific structure.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. We've got bullish short-term sentiment, maybe driven by options traders targeting 95K. We have the U.S. government creating a strategic reserve from seized Bitcoin. A cautious step in, maybe.
While the Swiss National Bank says no thanks, citing stability. A clear rejection.
And new investment vehicles like the SoftBank-backed SPAC are popping up, trying to channel investor interest, but with, certain associated risks.
It's a really mixed picture, isn't it? You see growing adoption in some very high-profile corners, and yet real skepticism and caution in others.
So for you listening, here's something to think about. We have these really contrasting strategies playing out simultaneously. A major government starting to hold Bitcoin strategically. Another major central bank refusing to touch it.
Yeah, accumulation versus rejection.
How might that divergence shape Bitcoin's long-term future? Its stability, its mainstream acceptance. What does it tell us about where digital assets might be heading?
Definitely some food for thought there.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.